Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before. And if you haven't been here before, please subscribe to the family. So for all the foundation haters, this is your video. So today I'm going to show you my no foundation routine, where I basically do my entire face of makeup without using a foundation. There are a couple of reasons why I don't like to use foundation. The first reason is being that I need a foundation to be extremely lightweight on my skin and to basically feel like nothing, because otherwise I just can't stand the feeling of foundation on my skin. It makes me want to peel it off, wash it off immediately. It feels like it's suffocating my skin. So that's the first reason. And that's basically the biggest reason as to why I don't like wearing foundation. It just makes my skin feel... The second kind of reason why I don't really like to wear foundation every single day is because it's an extra step, it's extra time, but also it's an extra layer on my skin. And I feel like sometimes having dry skin and texture on my skin as well, I like to kind of minimize the amount of layers that I'm wearing on certain days, and then foundation is one of the first things that goes, you know? The heavy feeling, the suffocation, wow, this is sounding like a torture kind of thing. That's not what it's meant to be. I have 2 days when it comes to wearing no foundation, and I have 2 days, 2 ways really. The first one is basically replacing The first one is basically replacing the foundation with concealer. So basically just reverse that shit, you know? The second one is actually applying no foundation and not replacing the foundation with concealer. Instead, I kind of leave most of my skin bare, and I use this guy right here. This is the Inkey SPF 30 sunscreen. And this has a tint to it, which I really enjoy because it kind of gives your face a little bit of coverage, but you don't have to wear concealer, and it protects your face at the same time. Sometimes I also wear this and the concealer all over my face. It kind of depends on what mood I am in. I don't wear this sunscreen when I'm actually wearing foundation because I feel like it might just be a little bit too heavy for my skin. Like I said, the lightweight feeling is everything to me. You do, if you're a pale gal like me, you do want to blend this out really well, because if you don't, you will get like random patches of orange on your face. I've had a few times in the beginning when I was wearing this, and basically my boyfriend saying like, you got orange here. So I quickly did my brows off camera, but I have just applied the Inkey the SPF 30 sunscreen. So I don't know if you can see much of a difference in terms of my face, but it gives like the tiniest bit of coverage to my face. Like, it doesn't cover up anything, it just gives it a little bit of an even coverage. So on some days I use that and then a little bit of concealer, but on other days I use this and then concealer all over. I have a few concealers that I really like for like foundationless, is that a word? I think today I'm just going to use a mix of the Catrice one and the Makeup Revolution one. Okay, no, I'm actually going to use the e.l.f. one and the Makeup Revolution one. I changed my mind. I like to use these concealers as well as the Catrice one because they give a very skin-like finish to my face. In terms of finishes, I'm all about the dewy and satin, kind of like dewy to satin. I don't like matte. Matte is my enemy. But dewy to satin kind of finishes is where you know, that's my hometown, that's where I live, that's what I want. Makeup Revolution one is more of a satin, and I don't want to be as dewy today because I'm going to use a few cream products. And the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer is quite hydrating, so I'm going to use that one underneath my eyes. I feel like concealer as is just a little bit more lightweight in terms of formula, like all the time. I feel like because concealer is made for the eye area, it's usually a little bit less emollient, a little bit less greasy, a little bit less dewy. because you don't want a whole lot of fine lines. And I feel like because of that, because they are more lightweight, because they are meant for a very delicate area, they are just a little bit more skin-like on the skin, and that's why I just kind of prefer it over a foundation sometimes, because foundations can be really heavy, you know. And then I'm gonna use the Makeup Revolution one all over my face. So I just use like 3 dots. So now I am wearing concealer as my foundation, and as you can see, it kind of looks the same. I know a lot of people say that foundation and concealer are basically the same thing, but I kind of have to disagree, because foundation is just so much more emollient and almost like greasy and just heavy, and concealer doesn't really do that because it's meant for a delicate area. So I would, for example, never use foundation as a concealer, because I feel like it will just look too greasy, too creasy. Now, as for the rest of the video, I'm actually just going to do my base makeup, which is the same as I do with normal foundation. There isn't a lot of difference. And this is another thing, whereas concealer is a little bit more satin, or a little bit, you know, towards the setting kind of side of things, foundations, or at least the foundations that I have to wear for them to not look absolutely horrible on my skin, are usually very dewy. So when I put cream products on top, my skin will look even more glowy, and that usually translates to a very fine line of looking glowy or greasy. But when I'm using concealer as my base, I don't have to worry about that, because my concealers are a little bit more satin, and because of them being very lightweight and having a very natural texture or natural finish, I can kind of get away with wearing that on my entire face and putting cream products on top. So I quickly did my eyes off camera and let my concealer kind of set into my face, and it's lightweight, it's everything that I want. So the next thing that I want to do is apply bronzer, and today I'm going to use my Fenty bronzer, because this is the cream one, by the way, because it's been a while since I've used this. Quite a glam look. I wanted a little bit of soft glam, and I actually used the soft glam palette from ABH. So yeah, we went a little bit very soft glam, you know. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. stipple brush, and I'm just dipping it a few times and then applying it to my face in patting motions. And this is going to give me a really nice contour, like a little bit of shaping of the facial structure. So that is the bronzer done, and now I want to move on with blush. So the blush that I'm going to use today is the MUA Makeup Academy Blushed Liquid Cream. And I have the shade Taupe Tango. It's a really beautiful, like warm toned, yeah, blush color. I actually think it looks so nice. I'm gonna take that on my 2 fingers, press them together, and basically I like to put blush everywhere. I like to smile a little bit so I don't go too far into my nose, because then I feel like it looks really weird. And as you can see, I really put it everywhere. I put it like in this entire region, like this entire part is where I put blush. And I also like to take 1 finger and kind of right underneath this area right here, like almost beneath the outer corner of the eye, take a little bit of blush there, and I feel like that really melts like everything together, like the concealer and the blush. So my camera shut off and I didn't realize, and I missed a complete part of my highlight. But basically I used the ABH Liquid Glow, put a little bit on the back of my hand, rubbed my fingers into this, tapped off the excess, and then kind of applied it to the high points of my face. So yeah, thank you camera for not allowing me to show you that. So this is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. You guys know this powder. I use it all the freaking time. Like if you look at the back of this, I don't have a whole lot left of this product, which is really exciting because I have dry skin and I never go to a product. So I just kind of take the powder with these is a Real Technique setting brush, and I just kind of powder underneath my eyes, and that's basically all I do when I'm wearing concealer as foundation. So yeah, that's all the powder that I do, because I feel like because I have dry skin and the concealer is already a satin, it's kind of self-setting because I don't have enough moisture or oil to come through to really like disturb the makeup. So yeah, I don't feel like I need any more powder. When I am wearing foundation, however, foundation, as I said before, is quite emollient, a little bit more dewy. And then I do feel like I have to set it because it's just a little bit too much. I don't set it always, but now that we are wearing masks, I do set my foundation because otherwise the inside of my mask looks horrible, and I can't have that, okay? I can't. So finally, I'm going to apply my lips. So I have the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb, and this is the shade Fenty Glow. And then I have the Lime Crime lip liner, and this is the shade Angel. So I'm actually only going to apply lip liner all around my lips and then kind of completely fill them in, and then put the lipstick on top, because I am actually not really feeling like adding a lipstick today. I'm not feeling it. Oh my gosh, never mind. I forgot that I completely fucked up this pencil when sharpening it yesterday. It's like completely broken. This is the Catrice long-lasting lip pencil in the shade Hey Macadamia. Okay. And then the Fenty gloss. So yeah guys, that completes today's video. I hope you kind of liked this idea, and I hope I got my point across as to why I don't like to wear foundation every single day. Basically, to summarize, foundation sometimes is just a little bit too emollient, too time consuming, not really matchy with the chest area. And yeah, I just feel like sometimes I have to let my skin breathe a little bit, and I feel like adding another layer of foundation on top of my skin is too much of a hassle. Like I said before, concealer for me personally isn't the same as foundation. Concealer is much more lightweight, much more breathable in my opinion. So I hope you also enjoyed this look that I created today. If you want to see a tutorial on the eyes, please let me know. All of the products that I used in today's video will be linked down below. No pressure whatsoever. You don't have to use those links. But if you do, just know that I make a small commission of those links. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!